Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. 1%. 1%. 1%. No, I'm not talking about the 99 versus the 1%. 1% of our traffic, and the traffic of a lot of websites, comes from people who are using Linux. Or some flavor of Linux. There's not just one Linux. Of course, there are many distributions. And we get asked frequently, why don't you do more about Linux? Because most of our audience isn't using Linux. And then when we do something about Linux, no one seems to pay attention. Or they're looking elsewhere for the information. So what's the point of us talking about something that most of our audience doesn't want us talking about? You know, people ask that frequently. Why don't you blog more about Linux? And there are several reasons why most bloggers out there who write about technology don't spend a lot of time on Linux. Not only are a majority of users not using Linux on an active basis. Sure, it's cool to say you use Linux, but a lot of people generally don't. Those are statistics, not making it up. For years and years, we've been told that Linux is going to take over the desktop. Hasn't happened. Maybe it will. I've said, Ubuntu 11 and beyond may very well do the thing that needs to be done for Linux. Android is a great example of how Linux can take hold of a marketplace. Chrome OS, I guess, in tow. But most people aren't using that right now. So why would you spend a large amount of time dealing with an audience that makes up 1.2% of web traffic? That's the statistic. I can't help it. The bigger issue is that 1.2% is a very vocal minority, and you've got a lot of evangelists for any platform. But economically, it just doesn't make any sense. So, we've detailed this in the story that you are more than welcome to disagree with, and I'm sure people will. The zealots will come out of the woodwork. Oh, Linux this, Linux that. Hey, great. I'm not slagging Linux. It's a great series of operating systems. It's an awesome platform. I'm all for open source. But if you're asking the question why more bloggers don't write about Linux, we've got the answers. We've detailed them, and you're more than welcome to disagree and throw statistics back in our face. But numbers don't lie, and we didn't either. If you want to take a look at the story, feel free to click the link that's in the description. Agree or disagree? I'd love to have the conversation with you.